Hi everyone. I have you ever been surrounded by people from different countries, hearing their accents, seeing their expressions, and suddenly felt afraid to say a single word, right? Well, that happened to me today. I was on a bus to Huaraz, one of the most beautiful destinations in Peru, about the lakes, no? The kind of trip where you expect to relax, watch the mountains rise in the distance, but something else happened. The bus was full of foreigners, people from Europe, the USA, and Asia, laughing, talking, and sharing stories. And there I was, silent. I wanted to talk to them, maybe say where you from or what brings you to Peru, but somehow I froze. I realized it wasn't about English fluency. It was fear, the fear of not fitting in, of sounding weird, of not being enough. So today's episode is about that moment and what it taught me about relating with people from different cultures. The moment of fear. Sitting there, I could hear French, German, maybe even some Korean. I felt like an outsider in my own country. I thought, why is it so easy to talk to locals but so hard to talk to foreigners? Maybe it's because we overthinking. We start imagining all the ways we could make mistakes. But here's the truth. People rarely care if your grammar is perfect. What they remember is your attitude. Sometimes the biggest culture barrier is not the language, it's fear. The fear that we'll embarrass ourselves. But the irony is, most travelers actually want to connect with locals. They're curious about our food, our music, our stories. So while I stayed quiet, I probably missed a great conversation, maybe even a friendship. Second point, curiosity over perfection. That moment reminded me that curiosity is stronger than perfection. When you just show genuine interest in someone's culture, you don't need perfect English. You just need courage and kindness. For example, imagine asking a traveler, have you tried Peruvian food? Simple, friendly, authentic. It can open a whole conversation about flavors, experiences, or even funny food stories, right? Being curious builds brights. Discover that differences are not walls, they are windows to new words, right? So, next time, instead of thinking, what if I say something wrong, think, what can I learn from this person? No? Uh, Third point, understanding culture energy. When you interacted with people from different cultures, it's not just about words, it's about energy. Some cultures express warmth through big gestures and smiles. Others are more reserved but still kind. For example, Latin Americans love to talk with emotion and closeness, while some Europeans prefer calm and personal space. Neither is wrong, it's just different communication codes, right? Learning to read that energy helps you adapt. It's like dancing, you feel the rhythm before you move. On that bus, I realized that I could be just smile, say hi, and maybe that would been enough to start the rhythm. The fourth point, turning fear into connection. So, how do how do we move from fear to connection? Start small, smile, ask one simple question. Share something about your culture, maybe a fun fact about Peru, or a local word like chévere or causa, or other word, right? People appreciate, I think, or I hope that they appreciate honesty more than perfection. They don't expect you to know everything, they just want to be real. And the funny thing is, when you take the first step, your confidence grows, right? And you realize when you do that, that word isn't judging you, it's waiting to meet you. Well, in conclusion, that that bus ride to Huaraz wasn't just a trip. I felt that it was a lesson for me, um, because I learned that connecting with different cultures beings with courage is not about speaking perfect English or knowing every custom. It's about daring to be human. So the next time I'm surrounded by foreigners, I won't stay silent. I'll smile, say hi, and maybe share a story about my country or maybe about Huaraz or any experience on the mountains that happened to me, right? Because every hello can become a story worth telling, right? And I can or I will to share with you with you with my community, and maybe that's how we truly relate with different cultures. That's the phrase. One small moment of courage at a time, right? And well, uh, that's the story, and I'm happy to share my experience with you, and we can we can see us in the next time, right? And see you guys.